Hello, guys. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to the final stream of that first challenge that we did. I'm very excited. We'll just wait a bit for them. I'm gonna see if you are here. Let me know. I'm doing this public this time. I thought it would be a nice twist to this. Let's see if some more people show up from my YouTube channel. They should be able to see this. So, hey, David is already here. Cool. David. David sounds really different in English, right? I thought so. Very cool. Eric James. Yes, that is one person of the challenge as well. Let me see if some more of you are here. Well, first of all, thank you very much for all your songs, guys. This has been really, really cool. It was a tryout as well, you know, but like this, I know this can work for like another amount of weeks or the next few months. We can do this challenge, you know. This kind of challenge you can do in a lot of different ways also. So that's what I want to try out as well with the most people on my Patreon, that is. Because this is a challenge that I'm doing at my Patreon. So it's a close community, but the cool thing about that is that everyone gets help from me personally and also from each other. You know, you get access to all the files on Patreon, but also to my Discord community where you can talk to fellow metal lovers or music lovers in general. You know, it's already getting really, really cool over there. So that's really nice to see. This challenge, I will explain it a bit more because some people might not know what it was about. This is the end of the challenge. I'm showing you all the songs. I've got 5 songs right now that I'm gonna show, and which show the result of 5 weeks of work. Well, actually 6 weeks because the last one was spread out over 2 weeks. So it's the result of 5 weeks challenge, and each week I gave an assignment. The challenge was to write a song in 5 weeks with drums that I supply. So next to the drums you can do anything with that song that you want. And I gave little assignments. For example, the first week was the intro and the verse. And the only thing you had to keep in mind is to be busy with the root note B. So it can be any scale, any key, but just revolve around the root note B with the intro and the verse. The second week was the chorus. The third week was the bridge. The chorus was revolving around the 5th scale degree, is F sharp, and the rest you can really fill in as you want with guitar, with keys, with bass, with vocals. So everybody has been doing their stuff on top of my drums. That's pretty cool to see. And the bridge had to be the 6th or 7th scale degree from which key you are working in. So it has to be a G or an A in this case, because we're thinking about B as the root note for your song. And the last week was a sort of puzzle week. I took your ideas and puzzled around with them as a sort of a tryout of what is one possibility of your song, you know. So from there, everybody went their own way and puzzled their own song, which results in what you're going to hear right now. So that's pretty cool. Also, I made everybody make 4 variations of each one. So 4 variations of an intro. And why? Also to let everybody be busy creatively with their idea. You know, you can have one idea, one cool idea for my drum part, for example. But what if you make 4 more ideas of that? Then you have more puzzle pieces to work with and to use later on in the song. For example, if you have a verse, the second verse, you want maybe a little variation, so you can use that. And I've made use of this schedule. In short, the 5 elements of music, which I always refer to, like you can fill in the intro with a particular melody, or with a rhythm or harmony, or sound and dynamics you can play around with. So some of the challengers here were busy with, for example, a very distinctive rhythm. Then this is the thing you're working on. If you have 4 variations of that intro that are only busy with rhythm, then I'd say, okay, maybe you can make a variation with distinct melody. Try it out, or with the special sound. So you have to keep your ideas fresh, to always look back at this. You have one idea with this. Maybe I'm gonna mess around with dynamics, you know. That way you can get variations for your ideas quite easily. And also this is a sort of a cross-pole system, which you see back in any music, actually. In short, music can be about dissonant stuff, but if your whole song is dissonant, then you really get tired as a listener. So you always want to play around with consonant and dissonant. If there's a lot of dissonance, some bands are really dissonant, like really brutal. Still, they have some consonant parts that are necessary. So you have to play around with that. The same goes with static and movement. For example, an intro, yes, you might hear in these songs, an intro can be static because it has one root note. It's more hypnotizing, more dark vibe. And from the verse, or maybe from the chorus, you create some movement by adding a chord progression. You know, movement with chords, they change fast or maybe even faster. That is movement in your song. So for each section of your song, you can check this if you're busy with this, but also throughout the whole song, I'm also checking everyone's song. If you're not in one corner all the time, you know, if it's all the time consonant and predictable, very concrete, then it might get a bit boring, you know. If you're constant dissonant, unpredictable, and abstract, like that might get too hectic as well. So you have to be playing around sometimes at least. So that's what I checked past 5 weeks of each of the songs. And yeah, it resulted in really cool stuff already. Very diverse. And the other thing that I said with this challenge is that the quality doesn't really matter. Anyone can join this challenge on my Patreon. And it doesn't matter if you have years of experience with recording and stuff, or you just bought an interface and just want to try some riffs, you know. Everybody can do their thing in this challenge, and I'm not judging the sound quality or the recording quality. It's about your ideas. The ideas that you put next to each other and make a sort of a demo of your song. So that's the goal of the challenge. It's not a contest, also. No one is a winner or a loser. It's about the process. And as it showed already in these 5 weeks, even I learned from it, you know, because there are so many options coming and everybody is talking about their song. That's really cool to see the process, because you really see the building blocks of each song and you can mess around with them. So it's not a contest, it's a challenge. It's just to have fun every week with tiny blocks, and in the end you want a sort of whole structure of what can be a song. If you had a band, you can give this to the band and they can learn it, and you have a cool song that you can use for a real recording or a studio or an album, you know. You can do that. But all the songs have shared drums. So I made the drums for all the parts, and in the end I gave everybody the MIDI as well, so you can even tweak the drums later. But in the first place, everybody made their things on top of my drums. So it's very cool to see how different all the songs got by now, while actually the drums is sort of the same still. Now, it was surprising for me too. There's one guy who even recorded real drums with the same style, so that's really cool to see. All the songs are pretty cool. I'm just gonna show you this right now in this stream, and yeah, let's just get to it. Let me see. I've got 5 people here. There were more, but some were too busy. That can happen as well. There's no loser in that either. So probably next week in my stream on Patreon, I can talk about that song as well. So you can still deliver it. All right, guys. Let's do it. I think I got everything. I've got song number 1. Leon is here as well. So yeah, let's just listen to the song of Leon, my guitar student from Holland here. Let's go. Great solos. Nice. Hey. Still I don't have the soundboard. Really cool, Leon. This makes even more sense than ever, of course. You edited the drums, you pulled the drums more towards your own style. That's really cool. Also in sound, I think you edited the drums, put your own library on it, I think. Yeah, so there are some new things happening with drums. Also like fills, little breaks, as we discussed last time in the last stream. So yeah, that really makes the song way more lively than before. Which is natural, of course, because before it was just the ready-made parts that I supplied you. And now the whole song becomes really a Leon song. So yeah, really awesome to hear. The also cool that your chorus is really open. That confirms a bit this thing. Like the riffs are quite dissonant. You have like it's not really a scale. There are a lot of chromatic notes or dissonant notes going on, flat 5. It's really dissonant. And then the chorus is consonant. So that's a really cool contrast in that first, half of the song. That's what you want to achieve with this kind of songs, I think. Super heavy riffing section, and then the chorus, BAM! You throw it open. So that's really, really nice. I like it. I like that the song starts with this break. And it ends with that break as well. So that's a link, especially for the first start of the song and the ending of the song. So that's already really well done. The bridge, I like how the bridge starts, but for me it could even build up even more or something. But yeah, it's special. It's a proggy song, of course, so yeah, why not? This riff comes in quite unpredictable, unexpected. See? It sounds like a whole new song starting there, so I don't know yet what to think of that. Maybe with the solo or vocals it can make more sense. But I think this part is super strong, so I think it might, from my feeling, it's like it's too strong to put it in this song. It can be a total song by itself, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, the drums were the hardest part, you say? Yeah, that I imagine, because you created these very technical riffs on top of the basic drums that I supplied. So now your drums have to go along with your technical riffs. So that's more not so easy, but really cool. So yeah, I really see this as a total song already, with a few little trips outside of the song in the bridge, and that's perfectly fine because it fits. It's a proggy song. So yeah, I think this one is approved. Very cool, very cool. I'm really surprised how it turned out, and also that it sounds more natural now with just the additions in the drums, a few extra stuff you added. I want to hear it with vocals, Do you have a singer? Let me know when you have one. Okay, next then. Thank you very much, Leon, for your input. Really awesome to see. Lubos, is he here? He's here already, but you were on the way, I saw on the Discord. I can already discuss it if you want. Lubos is from Czech Republic. Very cool that he hopped on. And he is a drummer, but also played the guitar and bass on this song. So that's pretty cool. And he recorded real drums for this song. So let's have a look at what he did and if he can play those parts that I supplied. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Lubos from Czech Republic. Nice! Yeah. Nice. Repetition. Woohoo! Nice. Epic. Nice. Yes. Still continuing. Now that was awesome, man. Lubos surprising us again. He entered the challenge a few weeks later, 1 week later. But yeah, he made his point. He recorded real drums for this. That's already an extra applause for him. But the song turned out really, really great. That's really awesome to see. Some parts you kept the same. The chorus drums are basically the same, but really well played. So that's really cool, man. And you added something as well in the middle of the song almost. There's more, with even a little blast beat there. That's pretty cool. So that can happen, of course. For those who just entered, I supplied drums for the intro, the verse, chorus, and the bridge. And people of the challenge can puzzle with that and make it into a song. Now it can happen that you record your ideas, you put it in a structure, and you think like, hey, after this verse, something else has to happen. And that's the cool thing about music, you know. You can add stuff. You be creative. Don't let it stop you. Don't think you have to stick to those puzzle pieces that I gave you. This is just a challenge, and from there, new ideas can come. So that can happen. That's what Lubos over here did. And he added this, where was it? Let me see. Totally extreme intermezzo before going on. Let me see. No, not here. That. Verse. Still verse. Second verse. That's pretty cool because it takes the song up a bit and then you go back again to the safe zone. That's really cool. So you're also the chorus is very consonant, but you dive in the dissonant stuff a bit, unpredictable, sort of break-like riffs with blast beat, and then you go back to the consonant, the easy chord progression of the chorus. So that's really cool, and the song can use that as well. I think it needs it over there because you have been busy in the beginning. If I roughly skip through it, nice sounding. It's like main riff. So it's all in between brackets, more predictable. Of course, it's quite proggy and the rhythms are not so easy, but more in this zone. So it's cool to blast out some weird stuff and then go back to that. So you're really playing around with these things. So that's what I liked a lot. I like to see new stuff appear between the stuff that we have discussed, of course. But because that's how music works. There can always be things in between, or maybe you're recording and you come up with different stuff. Let it happen, you know, and be open for it and be alert for it. Even a mistake can bring something cool, you know. I've had it a lot of times. I'm recording stuff and then, no, that note was not right, but the placement of that note, the rhythm, is pretty cool. Let's try it again. And then you have a new idea for any song or part. In the bridge, you did something extra that I didn't hear before in past 5 weeks. Let me see. The whole song just calms down there. Some eerie sounds. You think the song is over? But no. Still a tail. Nice drumming. Really nice drumming, man. Way to go. A lot of ghost note action. Really groovy, nice, calm in between all the hectic stuff. You keep the tempo so smoothly. Really well done. So that's really cool to see, and still there are a lot of parts that are recognizable for everybody of this challenge, because those accents are still there of the bridge. So, okay, that was really cool. It's pretty a long song, right? But yeah, why not? Do you know if you're gonna use it, Lubos? Are you gonna release it or use it for your band? Or let me know. But until now, applause for Lubos. Lubos. Really cool. Awesome. Okay, the next one then. So Opeth, someone says, yeah. Alright, Ramses is here as well. Nice. Okay, the third one of the 5 challenge people. Let me see. Gopan from India. He is with the challenge the whole time, since the beginning, and worked on it past days. He gave me a version 3. I have your final update now, Gopan, don't worry. So, okay, without further ado, Gopan, his song, full song. Good one. Wow. A lot has changed, right? Applause for Gopan. Gopan. Very cool. Very cool to hear all these additions to the song. Some parts I don't recognize the drum parts at all anymore. So you made really new parts of the parts that were there. And that was also the goal, of course. Taking the drums that I supplied, making an idea on top of that, and from that idea of your own, you edit the drums and make it to your own song. So that worked for you as well. Really cool to see. Let me see. Yeah, only the intro drums are really distinct, the same accents. That's cool. Cool thing with, did you use an EBow? Or did you put your amp on 11 and annoyed your neighbors to do that? Sounds like EBow to me, but let me know. The next part. Yeah, you added that. The open chords were maybe already there, but start with the open chords feels louder. That's really cool. And then later on, with palm mutes as a verse. That works really great. Now you start the verse here with a pretty cool melody for the guitars. So until here, for me, it can sound like an instrumental song, you know. But I don't know what would you like in the future with this song? Would you like a singer to sing on this? If not, you can fill it in with guitar leads like this, of course. But right now, it's sort of in between because you have lead lines and there are parts later in the song that don't have melodies but have a sort of a background chord progression, you know? So to make sense as a song, yeah, you should add some melodies, I think. Of course, everybody on my Patreon is mostly guitarist, so you cannot sing. I know that. But just to let you know, like, if you want to make it in instrumental song, yeah, add more melodies or more solos, of course. That's possible. Also in the ending, I really imagine some singer there, I must say, who really hypes up that ending bridge with... because it's a bit long now, the ending still. I would say it can be a bit shorter, but if you imagine a singer on it, or screamer, then it makes sense. So it really depends on what you do with it. EBow, yeah, I thought so. Very cool, man. Let me see, what else did you do with the drums? Yeah, more ghost note things going on there. And this is totally a different rhythm than it was in the beginning of the challenge. So this is not the drums as it was in the beginning. That's really cool. Really strong melody, you know. I've heard it quite a lot now, so and each time I stop the stream here and walk downstairs, this kind of melodies stick in my head. So that's a sign it's a good melody. If it sticks in your head, then you've done something right. Yeah, you've been playing around with some of this as well throughout your song. That's good. You hear some different sounds. Could be even more to make it sonically a bit wider, maybe. Everything is quite high gain still. Even the melodic parts, like this. Feels more like Deftones or Devin Townsend to me, you know. So you can really be crazy with extra sounds there. But structure-wise, the song really makes sense. That's really cool to see. Except the end. Why isn't there a last bum? Last break or last really one hit that's boom makes the song end. So maybe you can add that, because the song is really cool. The structure is there. It sounds like a complete demo, you know, pre-production demo. Only it doesn't have an ending. See if you can fix that. Bass programming took a lot of time. Ah, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, it saves a lot of time, I think. If you have even a cheap bass guitar, if you look around a bit and buy something cheap. I've done a long time over here, like to make demos with like really basic bass guitars. But if you find a good one for 100 euros, you can find a pretty okay one, you know. It just needs some low end in your demo. Yeah, you don't have to have a high end bass guitar, especially if you're not a bass player. But 100, 200 euros. If you're lucky, yeah. You just have to look around and try a bit. It is possible. Very cool, Gopan. Thank you very much for your input. It was really cool to see your song grow like this. In the beginning, you had some startup, well, not problems, but you thought it was difficult. But in the end, you still did it. That's really cool to see. So, applause for Gopan. Yes. Wall of sound thing in many parts. Yeah, you need some extra layers here and there, and a lot of parts really already work like that. That's really cool to hear. So yeah, great work. Thank you. And the goal is there, you know, going from puzzle pieces with many variations into a full structure that at least makes sense as a full song. That's that works with these ideas. Okay, next one. Thank you, Gopan. I'm curious what you will do in the next challenge, because coming weeks we go on with different challenges. And next week I will announce the next challenge on my Patreon stream. Cool. All right. Next one is Eva, also from Czech Republic. She added some vocals. That's already really cool to see. So we have a more complete view of this song, because all the elements are there. Drums, bass and guitar and vocals. Okay, let's just do it. Eva from Czech Republic. Her full song after 5 weeks of challenge. Yeah! Woo! Applause for Eva! Really cool. Yeah, this song has a good ending. Pa pa! Really clear, distinct ending accents. Really cool, Eva, what you did here. You made the song way more complete now. And you synced the guitars, everything to those drums on certain points. That's already cool to hear. And the chorus now especially. You had some problems there, but now not anymore, because all the accents just before the beat, you got them now. That's really cool. They are there. I could hear you swearing from Czech Republic to here on those accents. Yeah, also here. But here you changed the drums. Not here, but so those are, you made it really yourself, from yourself. So that's nice. Give it your own touch. What else did I hear? Yeah, and also the vocals flow with these 6/8 now, and that's really nice to see. You are, in the first place, you had that really different, so you worked hard to make that fit now, and now it makes a lot of sense, and it's still that yeah, sort of experimenting vocal sound. The melodies are really quite special there. And I like it that your chorus, if I'm correct, this is the chorus. The chorus feels more empty than the rest. That's special about your song. Because mostly in a lot of songs, the chorus is bigger and louder and stretched out. But you make it a more introvert, more, yeah, more nice sounding chorus and more calm. That makes this song special, I think. So you're working a lot with contrast there, and that was also the goal of this, of course, to create dynamics within your song and to play with things that are for melodies that are played by different instruments, like arrangement, but also muting certain instruments so your song gets more dynamics. And also breaks, you added a bit. Here also one distinctive silence. Pretty cool ring out, and you think the song ended, but there's still a bridge coming. And the cool thing is that your bridge is pretty different, but it still is the same vibe. That's pretty well done, I think. And it goes back to the chorus. And why is that the bridge is in the same vibe? Well, it's a different root note, for sure. But it still fits. Why is that? That is because you use the same scale as in the chorus. So that's pretty cool. Nice. You start on a very different root note in the bridge. That was the assignment. But you made a long progression towards the chorus again. So that's really well done. That's a very musical solution to your bridge. Your bridge had to be in, what was it? G or A. And you have to go somewhere else or end with the bridge, but you chose to go to the chorus again, so you have to go back to the F sharp, was it? So you made a really cool transition there. That's not easy, but you made it work. So yeah, applause for Eva. Very cool, great work. Thank you, Eva. Yeah, really cool to see, especially next to the super metal songs that the other guys delivered. Eva comes with a sort of haunting, really cool melodic song with a bit more softer sounds. But still it has some heavy parts, of course, that's nice. Thank you, Eva. Okay. The last one of tonight, yes, a few guys didn't make the challenge. Let's have 1 minute of silence for them. No, I'm kidding. It can happen that you cannot make it, of course. It's not a contest. It's a challenge, and some of you might still deliver it. I can review that in next week's Patreon stream. So no worries there. Okay, the last one is Eric from the USA. Let's see what Eric has done. It's okay, David. Awesome, man. A lot of new things happening also in your version. That's so cool. Applause for Eric already. Yeah. Super catchy. Awesome. Sounds good, Eric. Very epic. Yeah, cool things happening there. Also with you, that was the assignment also. You took the drums and made it your own style in a lot of parts. So that worked really well. You also have some new parts in between. So this song brought you new ideas. That's really nice. Let me see, what else did I hear? Yeah, he added some samples and glitchy stuff. Really cool. What is that sound? From the start already. Filtered. Nice. Like a filtered voice with some technical bleeps. It gives a lot of ambience to the whole song, so that's cool. And in the end there was something as well, right? There, the drums are sort of the same, but you added a few accents and delicacies here and there. So that's really cool. Some extra splashes and gives really more playful vibe to those heavy drums. Really cool. Yeah, and that this break I suggested to do something with that, and you really did it the most epic way. I want to hear it one more time. So this is the lead that occurred in the chorus, partly. Let me see here. Sorry, here. With a different ending, and here's the bridge break, which you did like this. That's epic. Back to the chorus. That's really cool. So probably you did this break with the open chords and then went to the chorus, and you thought just going to the chorus is too boring, or maybe it sounds weird. So you added a really cool break, and you made the chorus extra. You made it a climax by adding more notes and more kick drums, so the last chorus is the most heavy. Or not the chorus, but the bridge section. So you made that section now as a climax. That's really cool to see. So thank you, Eric. Yeah, this was really surprising as well. And for all of you, I think it's really cool to see. In the last week we discussed this. So last week or last time you all had your structure for the first time. Everybody worked on it, and you had your structure with some of your variations going on, and still my basic drums that I supplied for each section. And then it was the challenge to work with dynamics throughout your whole song, work with arrangement throughout your whole song, as in muting certain parts, some parts with just one guitar or just drums and bass, you know, or letting melodies be played by guitar or by vocals or by high guitar or low sounding guitars, or by adding breaks to spice up your song. So most of you did this, adding breaks, and everybody checked their song for dynamics. So if the first half of the song is super full and high gain riffs, be sure somewhere in the end, roughly in the second half, should be some open chords or something that brings the dynamics down. And everybody did that, and especially with this song of Eric, I think this really feels like, as I see it, this is like the part where you, if there was vocals on this, you're gonna think back on what was before, and you're gonna think back at what happened in the song, like, oh yeah, cool, like this. Oh yeah, that story, think back, sort of conclusion, you know. Sometimes you need that in a song, so it cannot always be blast beats. No, I mean super full or heavy. You need these ring out moments, or serene parts, or with arpeggios, or clean or low gain guitars. That makes that effect that you have, like, oh yeah, wow, this was a cool song. Oh, the song is almost ending. I want something else to come, or I want to play it again, you know. That effect has that playing with dynamics a lot. So that works really well with your song as well, Eric. Yeah, it came out pretty damn nice. That's right. Very cool. Thank you, and applause for Eric. Very cool, guys. These were 5 final songs, and well, final songs, as the challenge was, final structures, full structures, big demo. That sounds like a complete song, at least. So I saw that some of you wanted to release it. Lubos is gonna make a video of it and release it as a single. That's pretty cool as well. So yeah, I'm happy it brought you new stuff as well, and I hope everybody learned from it as well. Really cool to see your progress, and I'm glad I could help. Applause, yes. I have been busy as well myself. So I'm gonna show you my outcome. As I see it now, this could be something that I want to work on even more. I've been working on it past weeks. You haven't heard it yet. It has those drum parts, and I'm really shaping a sort of sound for it in my head. So I recorded this with sort of temporary sounds. Really want to refine the sound still, but the structure is there. And yeah, I just want to show you my version. Oh, Eric is going to do a video too. Nice. Cool, man. Upload it. A link to the challenge. Yeah, so I will show you my version as I see it now. It's still a work in progress because I thought, okay, I'll make a song as well as a challenge for myself. But now it's growing on me, and it's like, okay, I might use this as solo work or maybe for my album or a separate release, you know. So I'm also sending it to a singer, and you might hear this with vocals later. I mean, within a few weeks. So yeah, let me see. Did I also tried this with the Neural DSP Nolly, some riffs. I might show that later, but this is all with my Kemper. Let's go. Talk about that later. Nice. Yeah, so it's still a work in progress, but yeah, I can't just do this as an assignment and throw it away afterwards. You know, it's getting out of hand. The song is getting too big now, and there's a lot of space for vocals. That was my goal as well. The vocals should be the main thing of the song. Um, yeah, and I think you guys can hear back all the drums because those drums didn't change so much from the beginning. The main thing I have done that I've talked about in the past weeks is transitions. I saw some questions about that. How do you make a transition? Well, there's one that's really clear to explain. From here towards the chorus, for example, I had this. Let me see. Is it this? I think so. Yeah, so I had that riff as the verse riff, and that went directly into the chorus, and that didn't feel well. I'll show you. I'll skip this transition that I made. So from that riff to the chorus doesn't make sense to me. It's like, okay, all of a sudden there's a chorus. So, it's possible, but it's not really great. So from there I was thinking, okay, so there should be some chords, just a few, that make you go to the chorus. So they build up towards the chorus as a lead tone. And I added these. Tiny bit different riff. This is the build up. See, now there's like a little step by step you go towards that root note of the chorus. So that's what I mean with transitions. Just a few chords which break that staticness of the verse. I kept my verse static, just one root note. One lead line which brings a tiny bit of movement, but my verse is static here, which gives the effect that if you go to the chorus, then you have like, oh, chord progression takes you on a journey. So that worked for me. Something else I did. Yeah, the bridge is pretty gnarly. Going into the dissonant realm a bit, just for the contrast. And also there, I changed the last note before going into the last chorus. The last chorus, I did something with it. Second chorus is like this. And the last chorus is this. I lowered it that last chorus. Sneaky, right? It sounds more heavy and sounds lower in this case. What you see a lot with more commercial music is you add some, you put the whole chorus and you take it up 1 or 2 notes. But I just took it down. What is it? A fourth interval. So to go towards that, I added another chord because this didn't sound nice. Let me see if I can demonstrate it. From this riff to the chorus was not feeling right. It's possible, but didn't feel so right. Then you can do this. I added a different chord as last chord, and those feel a bit more nice. So I'm working on those kind of transitions some more, give it more detail. So everything really feels organic and natural, while the sections itself might be quite brutal or weird. So yeah, that's my song. Also, you guys inspired me. Some of these riffs I had in my solo album project already. So I took the drums of those and gave it to you. And from there I worked on my ideas while you were working on it, but you didn't hear it because you didn't want to hear it. No, that was a part of the challenge as well. Just work by yourself, and in the end I can show you my approach and my version of these ideas. So it was really cool to do, and now now this feels like something I can use for my solo, I think for my album, yes, as you said. Well, this what you hear right now is not the Nolly. This is still my Kemper. And yeah, as I said, I'm really trying to shape the total sound of my album in my head. And I want to go away from metal as much as possible. Of course, it will still be metal and probably will be sounding a bit like Textures, because that's what I'm always doing. I've done for almost 20 years, and so that will always be the case. But for myself, it's the challenge to step away from that metal side, like the really metal stuff. But this is already in between. So I want more heavy rock than metal, roughly. So I was trying things out with the Nolly, with a more rock guitar sound. But I'm not convinced yet. It was just a try this afternoon. I can show you, maybe in the next songwriting stream on Patreon, I can show you more experiments with that, because I just got the Nolly plugin today, but it's really fun. I will just show you some of the riffs I'm shaping now with the Nolly plugin, and I can do it like that if you want. I'll just show the riffs. It's different than you heard in the song now, but I'm trying to go for less metal high gain sound, but more low gain, but still have a brutal sound, you know. So it's a big search, but it's nice to experiment with that. So this. I like it that the Nolly has so much tone already, even with sort of low gain sound. We'll see it if I can bring it into the mix. So this is the low gain sound. For me it sounds a bit fluffy still, like not too tight yet, but that's the direction I'm searching right now. So to be, of course the drums are pretty metal, but yeah, but I like the tone so much already. Roughly recorded. So that's pretty cool. Also the clean tones, I messed around a bit with that. Low gain. For this kind of parts, let's mute my leads. That's pretty cool already. That's a pretty cool EQ that's in the Nolly plugin. You can really dial in extreme EQs like this. It's a sort of a megaphone, like a speaker, that kind of sound. No lows and no highs, especially mids. But you can really do it quite detailed. That's quite nice. I added tiny overdrive and of course some delay and not even reverb. It's just the delay from the Nolly. Now these low gain power chords, well, it's not okay, make much more sense in this part. It's more like heavy rock. What I also did though here is it's the Nolly on the left and right with low gain, but I added some Sound Toys Decapitator. I'm a big fan of Sound Toys. If you want a good bundle with all kinds of weird effects, and Decapitator is like a distortion which you can put really extreme if you want. But I'm using it as a sort of tape saturation. So to make things warm, to make things with more tone, more meat, more bite also. So see if I mute this Decapitator, how the main guitars sound. quite not much high end. So I can cut the lows a bit with this one. You see that? Yeah. You can give it a bit more tone. Not at all. And a filter from high for the high fizz. So I like to add this. A bit of drive, a bit of that grittiness. I want to keep all my sounds quite raw, as you might see. You can make it really, really extreme. Even punish is like awful, probably. Watch your ears. Yeah, that kind of stuff. But for effects or different stuff, that's pretty cool to use. And then you, of course, you put the output down for that kind of extremity. But I'm just giving it a bit of drive, a bit of distortion for that. Yeah, you feel more meat, more tone in these guitars. Mute. And on. Mute. So that is some post-processing on top of the nollie, which I like to do. Yeah, the EQ is quite extreme if I turn it off. Of course, you can do it with the EQ from the amp. Probably you can get the same kind of effect. You can try that. Take away the lows, a bit of the highs, and more mid. Sort of the same effect, but EQ sounds more like a filter, and that's what I want here. I want that lead to have its own place behind the heavy guitars. So this can go back. It's more distinct. Takes less place in the mix, and it has its own place right away. So that's the good thing about it. Because the more low you keep in this lead, the less distinct the riffs are, because they are using the same frequencies. So you want these riffs to be still heavy, and you want to hear a lot of frequencies from those. And yeah, that you can accomplish with taking away the lows and a bit of the highs even of this lead, so the riffs stay intact. They only are bothered by the mid from the lead, and that's not so important here. Yeah, that's how I see it. Yeah, Sound Toys, it's really worth it. I'm working with it for quite long now. I cannot be without anymore. They have really great distortion, but also the Echo Boy is really a rich and diverse delay, which you can tweak in all kinds of things. You can make it sound a bit like tape echo with a modulating delay, you know, really warm sounds. So yeah, if you can, look into that. And there are filter stuff, yeah, a lot of effects over here that you can use, and they have a really rich sound. Okay, so that's my idea, and that's a quick run through of the nollie. I will show more what the nollie neural DSP can do in the next week's stream probably, because yeah, I'm still finding it out myself. Cool. Thank you very much for your input, and also you inspired me also to work on this song as well. And it's really great to see that this challenge already inspired you guys to make a song. Lubos just said he's been planning to release the music, some of his own music, for a long time, and this challenge really kicked it off. Nah, that's really, really great to see, to hear, man. That's also the goal of this challenge, I think, to inspire each other, to keep each other sharp, strict. Try to deliver something at least every week. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be album worthy, but at least some ideas every week. And that gets your brain going, the more you're busy with your own ideas, the more ideas it will bring. That's how I really see it. So you have to keep cultivating that muscle, creative muscle. And from there, more ideas will come. That's what I truly believe. And yeah, you just have to make some time for it, or build it into your schedule, to really be busy with it. And it doesn't even have to be so much, but just be busy with it. That's the thing. If you do like 5 minutes every day already, that helps, let alone 10 minutes or half hour for every day. That really helps. Thanks, man. Yes, I'm working on more tracks on my Patreon. This, for those who joined now, this is a live stream as I do it every week on my Patreon. For those who subscribe to my Patreon, of course. So we have a small community there, which, yeah, we work together on these kind of things. Also, you can watch me be busy with my solo album, but also you can join the challenge. Every few weeks there is a challenge like this one. In short, I created drums for different section of a song. Everybody puzzled with it and made a song in 5 weeks. So this was the result. You can still watch it back later, of course. Yeah, and I think I could say we're all very happy with the result. There is a full song for everybody. Some people had problems in the past, like, okay, I can make some ideas here and there. I have some cool riffs, but I can never make it into a full song. And now we did that. So that was the goal, and I'm happy that that worked with the help of this challenge. So every few weeks there is a challenge, and I will, of course, modify the challenge every now and then. It will not always be like this. Sometimes you can supply the drums, and I maybe give some riffs, or some melody or a theme of your song. Like, okay, try this theme, make it into a song of so much minutes. I have a lot of ideas. I have a whole list of possible challenges. So if you know anything else, let me know. But next week I'm going to announce the next challenge. I'm going to prepare some more so I can give you some of the ideas for that challenge, some options. And that challenge will last a few weeks as well. So everyone can join on Patreon, and let's do it. Thanks again for everybody who contributed to this one. It was a great success. And yeah, I think for now, I call this a day. This is a short stream. Well, normally it's 3 hours. Now we've been 2 hours. But maybe we can continue and review this challenge for my patrons over here in the chat. maybe we can hook up on my Discord and have a voice chat for a change. Then I can listen to your story, how your song came together, and how did you find the challenge. And maybe if you have more questions, I can answer them. So we can continue over there for a little while. And yeah, that was this stream. Again, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. And I will close this now. Let me see what else you were saying. Hopefully you can hear this track soon. Yes. Come join the Patreon, then you can see me work on it. And then, yeah, you can see if it comes on my album or I release it as a separate track. But probably the singer, which I'm going to work with, will make it into a full song. Thanks, guys. Yes. Great songs, everybody. It's definitely helped your thought process. Nice. Very cool. Thank you very much. Okay, guys. I'll close this, and for those who want to join me, I will be in the voice channel on Discord. So, see you there. Let's have a drink, and yeah. Thank you very much. On to the next challenge next week. All right, bye-bye.